Welcome to the TheGeeksAttic. In this video, I'm going to show you my entire Star Wars novelization collection. Okay, I think I've shown you some of these before. In fact, I know that I've talked about them plenty of times, but I want to show you what I've got because it's expanded since that last video. I'm going to go over to the bookshelf here in a little bit and pull out all the hardcovers that I have. I know I have one or two paperback novels in my Expanded Universe storage box. Yep, it's in a storage box for now, but that'll change soon because I'm getting a new bookshelf up here pretty soon, new desk. It's going to be fancy up here in this upstairs loft where I shoot a lot of my videos if I'm not in the car. But yeah, let's jump into these. And when I mean novelizations of Star Wars, I'm talking about these books, the old school, and I know these are not novelizations, but I'll include these in here, the Expanded Universe. The original Expanded Universe stuff will be covered in this video as well. But this, I showed you in my last book, I got books video, that I picked these four books up. But let's go over this. I'm going to show you what these books are. I'm going to show you what edition or print copy they were. So this one was printed in 1977 on June. So this is the 8th printing. 8th printing. And there are photos in these books that are the novelizations with text talking a little bit about what was going on. So those are pretty cool. Some of these books are in great condition. Some you'll see are not so much. And this, part of the original Expanded Universe, we got the Brian Dally series. We got Han Solo at Star's End. And this is the 6th printing from November 1980. I'm going to have to sort these out so I can put them in the correct location with these boxes so I can keep all my stuff together. This is the 3rd printing, October 1980, Han Solo's Revenge. Then we have Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. And this one is the 2nd printing, October 1980. So let's go ahead and get box 1 out and see what's inside. Alright, we've got Han Solo at Star's End again. And this is the 1st edition. Yep, October, nope. Okay, it says 1st edition April 1979 and 1st edition October 1979. So this is going to be the October 1979 1st edition. I don't quite understand why there would be two 1st editions on there. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let's moving on. Star Wars. This one says over 5 million in print. This first one I showed you says the year's best movie, according to Time magazine. So this one, you could tell the text at the top is green, as to where this one is blue. So I'm going to guess this one is an earlier copy, maybe? No, 27th printing, May 1983. Okay. Another Star Wars. And this one, 10th printing, July 1977. Star Wars once again. And this one is the 6th printing, June 1977. I know, I don't know why I get these every single time I see them. It's ridiculous. That's something a little bit different. Splinter of the Mind's Eye. It's a great book. It's completely non-canon and definitely not canon in the Expanded Universe timeline either, because Empire Strikes Back happened, which cancels out pretty much everything that happened in here. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below why it would still be considered Expanded Universe canon. This one is the 15th printing, October 1982. And here is another Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Text is in red, that is in white. On the side, Splinter of the Mind's Eye is yellow, and that is red. So that's interesting. And this one is the 1st paperback edition, April 1978. That's a 1st paperback. Got another Splinter of the Mind's Eye, again with the white text and red on the side. This white one here has yellow on the side. So that's interesting too. And you can see this banner at the top is black, and this one is clear, transparent. transparent on this one too. So this one is the 7th printing, June 1978. Ooh, Lando Calrissian and the Star Cave of Thunbaka by L. Neil Smith. Now, I believe 2 of these original Lando Calrissian Expanded Universe books were released in hardback, and the 3rd one was not, I think. At least that's what I've heard. This is a first edition, December 1983. And there's a closer look at that cover. And here is another Lando Calrissian in the Star Cave of Thunbaka. And some of these things, like a sticker on the back there. This one has an imprint. It's embossed in there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. But right there is like a library book or something. But they stamped it from the library Christie Deal. Don't know what that means. Christie Deal. That's a weird sounding library name. I have to Google it later and see what that is. First edition, December 1983. So now we've got Lando Calrissian and the Mind Harp of Sharu. Same author. There's that cover art. Another sticker on the back there. Exactly the same place as the other book. And this is a first edition, July 1983. Another Lando Calrissian and the Mind Harp of Sharu. I like how some of these old books have the art gilding, I guess you would call it, on the sides. I know that's what they call it on Bibles, art gilding, but I don't know what it is on just normal books. First edition, July 1983. Now we've got Lando Calrissian and the Flamewind of Ocean. Same author as the first 2. There's that cover up close. And this is going to be, I'm going to guess, a first edition, October 1983. Another Splinter of the Mind's Eye. White, clear, red. I wonder what the cover, why there's differences in the spine coloring on some of the other ones. It's interesting. And we've got a 3rd Canadian printing, July 1979. But it also says up here at the top, 10th printing. I don't recall these other ones saying anything about Canadian printings, and they don't. So that's interesting. I don't know what that means. I don't know if this was a Canadian printed book or not. Because it says 10th printing, June 1980, and then down a little bit further, 3rd Canadian printing, July 1979. Alright, this is where there's a little bit some different books in here. I'll set those aside for a second. And here's another copy of Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. This one would be first edition, September 1980. And Han Solo's Revenge. And first edition, 1980. Paperback. First paperback edition, June 1980. So this was a guide to the Star Wars universe, illustrated throughout. This is a Del Rey Ballantyne book. So it's just like, it's full of explanations and pictures. Memory flush. The act of erasing accumulated data stored within any computer system or droid memory storage bank. See droid. So this is pretty cool. I actually not read this one or looked through it much. That's pretty neat. Worlds and places. Neat. I've got the Jedi Master's Quiz Book. 425 cosmic questions and answers about Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. Let's see the, that's pretty neat. First edition, November 1982. This guy, it says the author's thank you page. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, I have to read this. To my mom and dad and my dogs, Frodo, Barney, and Putty. Frodo. And then I've got another Jedi Masters quiz book. This one is black, as to where this one is blue. Does that help? There's the cover up close. First edition, November 1982. Yep, same as the other, but different colors. I wonder why that is. Different variants on purpose. Maybe the printer just ran out of the color ink they needed. That was one box. Let's move on to another and see what's in here. Yeah, okay, we'll go into this one. Star Wars. This one has a red banner on it, over 5 million in print. And this one, it looks like some kid chewed on this one. Wasn't mine because he never had access to this. None of them did. This is a third Canadian printing. Okay. So United States, manufactured in the United States of America, 25th printing, March 1981. Third Canadian printing, February 1981. So it's got to be Canadian, right? If you know more about this sort of thing, let me know, please, in the comments below. Star Wars. And this one is the first special printing, 1977. What does that mean? Manufactured in the United States of America, first edition December 1976, 9th printing July 1979, and first special printing August 1977. Somebody let me know what that means. Star Wars. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Got a problem. And this is the 13th printing, August 1977. Star Wars. 7th printing, June 1977. Man, I've got a lot of those. I've got a special book here that I don't want you to see yet. That's the grand finale. I love that one. The Empire Strikes Back. So we're moving on to The Empire Strikes Back. This one is in great condition. The spine is in great condition. No bends, no folds, no tears. It's great. And let's check it out on the inside. This is a first edition, May 1980. The Empire Strikes Back. Also in very great condition. This one might be better. This one's cleaner than this one. This one has a little scuff in a couple of different areas and one little tear at the bottom and the top. Nothing really noticeable, but this is pristine. This is probably going to be another first. Sure, the first edition, May 1980. There's a plane flying over now. Hopefully it doesn't pick up on the microphone. Empire Strikes Back. And I just wanted you to get up close there and see the cover. This one has a lot of markings on it. Some folds. This one is a first edition, May 1980. Now we've got a red cover of The Empire Strikes Back with a really glossy title. That's really cool. This is a great condition book as well. 16th printing, June 1992. So we're jumping quite a far into the future with that one. Empire Strikes Back. First edition, May 1980. Another red cover of The Empire Strikes Back. This title, not glossy or embossed. The other one, well, the other one popped out there. This one does not. So this one is a 13th printing, June 1988. And this might be the last Empire Strikes Back novel. And this is a 4th printing, May 1980. So you know what that means. Empire Strikes Back, or just Return of the Jedi. Here we are. That is actually my favorite Return of the Jedi art, with the lightsaber being held up with the planet in the background, the stars. Just something really cool about it. There's those floating hands. And this is a fabulous 8-page color insert. That's towards the back there. Gotta look at R2-D2 with some Ewoks. Got Darth Vader waiting for the Emperor to get on board. C-3PO. Some cool pictures. Ugh, Salacious Crumb. I hate that guy. So annoying. Anyway, let's move on. What is this one? This one is a 1st edition, June 1983. Return of the Jedi. 14th printing, June 1983. Return of the Jedi. Nothing wrong with that spine. And we have a 1st edition, June 1983. Moving on once again, this one looks really nice. This one looks brand new. That's awesome that some of these things just, it's like they skipped over a lot of time, you know? It's like, oh, no one picked me up and read me. I'm in pristine condition. 1st edition, June 1983. And I love that these good quality, you know, books with no tears, scratches, or anything that are in perfect condition are also 1st editions. Return of the Jedi. This cover feels different. It has a texture to it as to where these are smooth. This one is not. So I wonder if they forgot to either they forgot to apply something over the paper, or it just got rubbed off. But I mean, it's in great condition. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. That's interesting. It's more cardboardy. And it's a 1st edition, June 1983. It's crazy how some of these books are all 1st editions, yet they're also so very different. Here is another Return of the Jedi. Hopefully you're hanging in there and watching all these books. They got some really cool stuff in the next box, I think. 1st edition, June 1983. Return of the Jedi, once again. This one covers shining, feels smooth. 13th printing, June 1983. And finally, Return of the Jedi. And this one is, hang on, is the 1st edition, June 1983. So, let's throw this box out of here, and I'll go ahead and show you this paperback, because I think the rest are probably hardcover. I found this for 99 cents, so I'm really lucky. This is a first print, 1st edition Star Wars, 1977. So, yeah, I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. But that is the coolest art cover, or the coolest book cover that I've seen for Star Wars. It's that classic McCrory art. It's got his little signature for that down there. So that's pretty sweet. Novel by George Lucas. Not really. It's Alan Dean Foster wrote the books for that. So let's go ahead and get this big box. Another Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty box. I'm running out of space up here. This is ridiculous. I have a problem. So, actually, let's go ahead. I'll get that out in just one second. We got 2 of the Han Solo and the Lost Legacy books, 2 Han Solo Revenge books, and 2 Han Solo at Star's End books. That's pretty cool. 1 first print, 1st edition Star Wars. 99 cents. I still can't get over that. Return of the Jedi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 copies of Return of the Jedi. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these things back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies of The Empire Strikes Back. 2 copies of Lando Calrissian in the Star Cave of Thunbaka. 4 copies of Splinter of the Mind's Eye. We got 2 copies of Lando Calrissian in the Mind Harp of Sharu. And sadly, only 1 copy of Lando Calrissian in the Flame Wind of Ocean. Gotta find another one. That way we have 2 sets of the trilogy. And then we've got 1 guide to the Star Wars universe, which I've seen a couple of these in the bookstore that I go to, the used bookstore that I go to, but I just found it unnecessary to get multiple copies of this. But that might change. I might need to get some more of these. Why? I don't know. Then I've got 2 copies of the Jedi Master's Quiz Book in 2 different colors. As for Star Wars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 copies of Star Wars. I know I need to get a couple more Empire Strikes Back novels to get everything equal and balanced out, you know? So let's push some of these back so they're out of the way so I can show you some of the hardcovers that I've got. Do you have an obsession with buying multiple copies of the same book? Please let me know. Tell me I'm not alone. And also, I want to show you real quick, too, that I've got this Legends Never Die bracelet on. The other side says, at TheGeeksAttic. I know it's stupid to do that, but yeah, Legends Never Die. And go ahead and go to twinsons.net, twin-sons.net, and you can donate to the fundraiser to put up 2 billboards up by the Lucasfilm offices in California. We want to get those new Expanded Universes books printed if we can. Hopefully that we can get the Legends Expanded Universe, continued. Wrap up that story if it's necessary to just wrap it up. Sure, let's do that. But let's keep that going. I want it to go further than all the other books. The Disney canon, I've got that too. But let's get the Expanded Universe going because it's important. People love it. We need it to continue. So, yeah, go help out the cause. Go donate. Donate $1 if you need to. Donate 2, 3, whatever. Go purchase some Legends books. Let's let them know that our money needs to go towards books and not towards objects begging them for new books. So, hopefully this will be the last year, or it's actually supposed to take place in 2020 is when the billboards go up. Dear Lucasfilm, please please continue the Expanded Universe. We want it. Our money is going to these, not books. So please provide the books so we don't have to buy the billboard. So here we go. These are the hardcovers. Okay, a book club sized edition. This is Han Solo at Star's End. I don't remember how much I paid for these. Not very much. It's been pretty awesome that I've been finding great deals with these books. But I've noticed whenever I go in there recently to the bookstore, the used bookstore, the prices are going up on all of these when I see them. So that's kind of a bummer. That's kind of slowed me down on some of these purchases, but it doesn't show me when it's printed. But I'm going to go ahead and assume some of the first edition stuff, because it's a book club size edition. Or actually, one of the pages is okay. It says 1979. Doesn't say anything about editions, but I guess that doesn't really matter because I'm sure they had a really limited run on the hardcover book club editions. I was really excited to find this one, Star Wars from the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. So yeah, did I show you a good close-up of that one? So there's that hardcover. It's pretty dark compared to the paperback. And that art is so awesome too on that one. The back, I like it. It's got the blue. It's like the credits text color on the back from like in the films. When the credits roll, you got that blue. Or a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Here we got The Empire Strikes Back. This one is in great condition too. Just a couple tears at the top, but there's that one in the hardcover. I think it'd be awesome if they still did these book club sized books. I like how a lot of these old paperbacks are really thin. Of course, I think the text is smaller and closer together compared to the new books. They're all super thick and bulky, and it's like, man, let me have more room on my bookshelves, please. We have another Han Solo at Star's End. This one is in really good condition compared to that first one. So yeah, second copy of that. Splinter of the Mind's Eye. A dazzling new space fantasy adventure. Really cool. Han Solo's Revenge. That looks exactly the coloring is about the same on those two. So I wonder why they went with just a little bit darker color on the hardcover for Han Solo's Revenge. Star's End, sorry. Han Solo at Star's End. Star's End. Ugh. Alright, here we have Return of the Jedi. Very good condition. As you can see how that paper is just nice and clean. Just a tiny scuff at the top right there. That's about it. And I like how this book is actually red. Let's see, Splinter of the Mind's Eye. It's blue. Stuff doesn't matter. I don't know. Really don't need to look at it. Same with the Han Solo at Star's End's blue. Empire Strikes Back is blue. Star Wars is also blue. It looks like it's a shiny blue. Yeah, it's a different. Not really shiny. It's more navy blue than the other ones. And this one, someone signed it. 1977. Joe. Why would you put your name in the book unless this is somebody's signature? An autograph, but it doesn't. Joe Mareem. Does that mean anything to anybody? Is somebody trying to be goofy? Pretending that the book was signed by someone? Yeah, cool. And now I'm gonna go get some of my other books. Okay, I gathered up a few other books. There's one, I have found it. Okay, so I'm back. I found the rest of the novelization stuff. Now these first two, I don't know if they're actually novelizations for the video game, The Force Unleashed. I don't know if this is just, there's more to the books, or if they're not related, or maybe they are just the video game in book form. Because it says based on the best-selling video game from Star Wars. I haven't read it, as you could tell. I did play the games back when they were released. So I'm going to go ahead and include these in with the novelizations anyway, just because, you know, it says Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed 2. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and include these. And these, this one is the, doesn't say when it was printed. It just says printed in the United States of America, 2009. So don't know which edition this was. Print. Force Unleashed. And then I've got one copy of The Force Unleashed 2. And this is probably going to be the same way, where it doesn't tell me which printing it is. The first edition. September 2011. Maybe I missed it in this one. Did I miss it in the first Force Unleashed? Did not. So it doesn't say in that first. So anyway, we got The Phantom Menace in paperback. This one is a New York Times bestseller by Terry Brooks. I said shouldn't say This is a first mass market domestic edition, March 2000. I've got another copy. This one is glossy and shiny. Thought that was really cool. Don't know why there would be a difference in that. Oh, hey, I'll show you that in a second. That's pretty neat. This one is a March 2000. I don't get it. These are printed differently. There's a series of numbers down here too, 1 through 10. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the number that is printed. It probably does, and I just look like an idiot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one says 8, 9, 10. If you know more about this stuff, let me know. I probably should have Googled this stuff before I started, but I didn't. This, and I've got this sticker, Star Wars Episode 1 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is a sticker, and I believe this was from Taco Bell or a Doritos bag. I can't remember. It doesn't say on the back. I think I got this from one of those places. Because no, they had all the Star Wars stuff when the prequels were going on. So I can't remember if that was from Taco Bell or a Doritos bag, or maybe a machine I got out of. I can't remember, but yeah, I've held on to that thing for a while. So, hardcovers. Let's get into these novelizations. The Episode 1 hardcover with Darth Maul on the front, had to go with this one because it just looked the best compared to all the other variant covers. Now, it would be neat to get all of those covers, but I'm not going to because hardcovers take up a lot more space than the paperbacks do. So, yeah, Darth Maul looks pretty sick on the cover. And I have not... I did read the Episode 1 novelization, and it was really good. I needed to get a review up for that one, but I'll do that in my Expanded Universe reviews. And I've got a lot to get through before I can get to this one. So some of them, I did read some books throughout the series before I decided to go through chronological order. Now we've got Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, I don't really like the cover very much on this one. There's just something about it isn't very consistent with the rest of the Star Wars stuff. But, you know, whatever. And it's like the Star Wars is red, the top here, and then on the side it's orange. It's just weird. I mean, you see how clean this one looks compared to Episode 2? Just, art on this is just messy. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about my opinion on that? It's Attack of the Clones. And then we'll do the Clone Wars. This is a very nice copy. I just recently got this one in. And I did have a second copy of the Clone Wars. So one can go on the canon shelf and one can go in with the Expanded Universe shelf. So this one has some stickers on it and this plasticky cover over the top, which I could probably take that plastic cover off and then I'll lose some of the stickers that are pasted on here. Then we go on to Revenge of the Sith by Mathew Stover. This has a weird glossy art on it, which I don't really like that much either. The art on the back looks pretty cool. That Vader and the fire, that's neat. Not too happy about that cover either. Being too picky with the cover art stuff, but yeah, very strange with a glossy, reflective art. Then we're gonna go ahead. I've got the Solo: A Star Wars Story in hardcover. I really like the art on this one. It's pretty cool. Might be one of my favorite cover designs, actually. So, yeah, not a bad novelization. We got Rogue One by Alexander Freed, which the Solo novelization was by Murder Lafferty. And it's funny because on that one they put Expanded Edition, which doesn't have Expanded Edition on any of the other novels that I know of that I've seen. Yeah, there is another one that says that for some stupid reason. They all have information, more information than what's in the movie. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story by Alexander Freed. He's a great author. Did some of the new canon books. Then we get on to George Lucas, Star Wars. Check out that hardcover. Vader. It's getting shot at by the X-Wing down there. The Empire Strikes Back. I've always liked this cover too. Like the Stormtrooper looks really awesome. You got purple at the top. Donald F. Glut wrote this. Then we've got Return of the Jedi. Big picture of Yoda's face. And you got throne room scene with Luke fighting Vader and Darth Sidious over just watching over them and trying to bring Luke to the dark side. Then we move on to Star Wars The Force Awakens by Alan Dean Foster. So that was like a throwback when they did this novel, like, hey, let's get the guy who wrote the original novelization, and that's why he got to write this one. There's just so much stuff going on in the cover. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, this is like the movie poster, but man, there is a lot going on. And finally, the last novelization would be The Last Jedi. So this also says Expanded Edition. Expanded Edition. We know that. This is by Jason Fry. So I really do like that art. That's a pretty cool poster. To me, it kind of reminds me of this one a little bit. And it's really not that similar, but it just reminds me of that. Whenever this poster dropped, I did think of this first. And that, I do have something else. Now, I almost forgot to include these, and these would be considered novelizations in a form, more like adaptions. These are the comics. I have the Rogue One trade paperback Star Wars. This is the comic book adaptation. Pretty neat. It's got I love that old comic book art. The inside. And we've got The Empire Strikes Back. And I'm so glad when I went in there, I went into the used bookstore and they have comics there, and it's nice to find the set. Because here's Return of the Jedi, all the same like design. Because I know there's so many different versions of these, and I'm just glad to find them all. These are the Star Wars Special Edition, Star Wars Trilogy Special Editions. So these came out in '97, is what I am assuming. January '97. I'm going to guess the same for The Empire Strikes Back. I think they all... February 1997 and March 1977, right? It would make sense. And it's not. February 1977 for Return of the Jedi. And then the last one, The Force Awakens. I did not get the adaptions for Episode 1, 2, and 3, or 8, or Han Solo, which I plan on getting all of the comics. I'm kind of behind on the trade paperback stuff, but I do not plan on doing comics for the expanded universe. That's just way too much material that I will not have time to ever get to. Won't even have time to really get through all of these either. But anyway, that does it for my entire Star Wars expanded universe and new canon novelization collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out TheGeeksAttic.com and find me across all social media. Please, in the comments below, tell me if I have a problem with getting the same book multiple times. Tell me about your collection, if you have one. If you have a video of your collection, tag me in social media. Let me see that video of your collection. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.